to claim it. You love me too?
Yeah, I love you too.
What's going on?
But absolutely myself, as I kind of alluded to in my op-ed piece, there are so many moments where I felt targeted or discriminated against, or, you know,
He has some issues, potentially sexual addiction, and may have frequented some of these places in the past.
You were born and raised here in Atlanta, where those brutal murders happened. So to home for you, have you personally encountered the sorts of things that are now being discussed?
Yes, I was born and raised in Atlanta, and I think, you know, myself and a lot of Asian American AAPI members of the community across the nation have probably witnessed and experienced a lot of the hate that we are seeing that is being brought to the forefront of the conversation right now. I think it comes from a place of ignorance, and it comes from a lack of education and a lack of discourse. But absolutely myself, as I kind of alluded to in my op-ed piece, there are so many moments where I felt targeted or discriminated against, or, you know, that can also be very casually racist, where it's, is this racist? I think it is, but I'm not quite sure how to identify it, and we've never really had that conversation.
I mean, the article, and I urge people to read it on time.com, you wrote very forcefully, I'll just read one line. You said, as AAPIs, we have been excluded, interned, vilified, emasculated, fetishized, and murdered. And then you spoke about Asian Americans feeling like perpetual foreigners. I found that sad, but interesting to explain that and how it manifests in day-to-day life.
Yeah, I think, you know, the United States has a very incredible history, but also a very dark history. And a large part of the Asian American experience has had a lot of points and moments of that darkness that we've kind of swept under the rug. In sense of the perpetual foreigner, you know, I think it can be as casual as like, where are you from? Where are you really from? For me, it's always Atlanta. But this is still a very common question. Like, why is your English so good? Where did you learn English? These types of things are English is my first language, but in many ways it makes me feel as if, do I not belong here? Why am I here? And how do I identify? And I think this is something that so many of us in the community have dealt with our entire lives. And I think that's why so much of this racism can also be very casual, and it can kind of sneak up on us in many ways.
Making excuses or rebranding it as economic anxiety.
And it must stop.
If this were a synagogue or a black church and someone shot up those places, would we really be asking whether this is a hate crime or not?
I am proud to be Asian. I belong here.